Isolation Nation, welcome to another social distancing social club. I am your host. I don't remember my name, but I'm one of the 4 hosts. And that's the main thing I wanted to get across. Also, I want to let you guys know that today is a very special day. It's Friday, and you know what that means. Steve Hofstadter's background is going to be the thing with the girl. And how I count the weeks during quarantine. It's just waiting. That's how I hashtag. I mark it in wood on the wall. Whenever I see that Friday, I know that time is progressing, and that's exciting. And so let's get to it now. What is the point of any delay when we've got the man with the Friday stuff? Please welcome the second leg of the 4-legged tripod that makes up the quarantine. Steve Hofstadter, everybody.
How dare you assume that I would have a Rebecca Black background? This is way different, Ben. This is completely different.
Is that a TGI Fridays?
Oh yeah, it's TGI Fridays. Of course,
absolutely is.
That's from their 2016 catalog.
Bowers knows what vintage these onion rings are. Anyway, great to see you guys. Had a fun day yesterday. Released the thing I've been working on for about a week, which is the animation of the song that I wrote called How Do You Solve a Problem Like a Karen. It's doing quite well. Please go check it out. We had a whole lot of fun doing it. Kelsey Lane did the vocals, and she nailed it. It was great. Anyway, if you want to support the show, please do so. You can PayPal, laughfromhome.com. You can Venmo, top right of the screen. Of course, you can Super Chat. Throw in your Super Hearts on Twitter, your Facebook stars, all that stuff. And when I remove this background, I will show you. I've been working very, very hard upgrading my studio. It is not done, so I'm still just using the green screen. You will see nothing. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Speaking of green screen, he's not even with us. We're just playing old videos of him. Please welcome Chris Bowers, everybody. Chris Bowers.
Hey, thanks so much. Now I gotta say, I'm gonna reveal here in a second. So Jamie Kennedy is coming on today, but he cannot be in his pool or hot tub because they are working on it. So I decided I was going to come out to the pool I was at for my pool party the other day. So luckily I have a pool-cito that I bought a couple years ago that's for the pool specifically. So that's good. So I'm going to be the pool correspondent. So we're going to get in the water. And so.
Your Bowers, by the way, your internet is cutting out a little bit, and I think based on your pool-cito, that's a blessing.
Did you get in the water, Bowers?
Well, yeah, I got in the water.
We don't see that. Can we see that somehow? Wow.
This was actually a waterproof tuxedo I got a couple years ago for just this occasion. So there you go. I've been waiting to use it, and it finally come true. So here we go. I'm ready to go.
Those also waterproof headphones?
No, I got that wire out of the water. That's gonna hurt him. Okay, cool. if you see the wire go in the water, let me know because that'll be bad. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm. Here's the thing. I'm the show's resident tech expert. All you need to be the resident tech expert is to know don't put electronics in water.
Well,
that's really the only
I didn't mean to do that. I wasn't trying to do that. It just accidentally happened. I'll scoot it up a little bit.
I know. You got distracted by these fire poppers or whatever the fuck their name is.
Oh yes. No, that.
Don't have AirPods. It's like you're in the water again, man.
Thanks, Rachel. I love it.
Queen Rachel.
I felt left out.
That's awesome. I have AirPods, but I'm afraid they'll fall up into the pool, and I think the speaker's better on the static headphones. So that's why I did the static headphones. That's my thought anyway.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, here, Bowers, would this help?
I look for bone broth all day, and I don't even know where you would buy it. I don't even know where you would get it. Like I went to a store in Indiana and asked them for it, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" I don't think they've ever heard of it.
Like, you want us to fuck in the broth? Be like, no. We got shelves of that. We got a lot of that if you need that. By the way, yeah, Hayden from LeMaster Graphics hooked us up with a much nicer can of Jamie Kennedy's bone broth.
That is awesome.
So now we have
under the snap top. I love the logo under the snap top.
Yeah, it looks great. Very cool.
That is incredible. Wow.
Well, we did have a fun overnight game last night. I don't know if you guys played the overnight game, but I really liked it a lot. It was renaming Steve Hofstadter's fans. Okay, so They were Redophiles. They're like, well, maybe we should change the name. I don't know why. I thought the Redophile was a good name, but so they had a couple fun ones. Savannah had 2. She had the Hoffwitz, which I liked. Hoffaloni sandwiches. So that was also Savannah one.
You just
Renee,
like that because it reminded you of bologna.
Yes.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, by the way, any sort of meat, anything pun, I'm gonna pick because I like meat puns, and meat, and puns. All right, Renee had Hufflepuffs. That was good.
Oh my god.
Even though I think you're more Slytherin than Hufflepuff, but whatever.
Yeah. I'd take Ravenclaw also. Not those nerds at Gryffindor. I'm sorry. I'm really nerdy. I'll stop.
Yeah, if you know all those names, you're probably a Gryffindor. So
I mostly love that Bowers had to memorize stuff because he's in the pool and he can't be reading right now.
No, I've got a notepad. I got a notepad on a clipboard, dude. High school.
Bowers, also keep the notepad out of the water. Also,
yeah, no, I'm gonna try that. I'm also gonna get real drunk on this show. Tam had aficionados. That is really
Nice.
quality. Randy Longmire went a different direction. He had just the owned. As you own your fans, yeah, that would work. But my favorite was from Andrea, who said the offensive line. I thought that would be a great.
That's amazing.
It's a really good one. I like that one.
I like that one. I also liked Carl Lane had "We Love Bowers More," which thanks, Carl.
I like that one as well, but I was hoping that someone else would have to say it. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That you did say it.
I think instead of the owned, maybe the owners would be cool.
Yeah, just,
And also,
just like saying, like, "Hey, what's up, owners?"
Yeah, because they're all part of your owning of people around the world. They're part of the experience. I also suggested my own in the game. First time I've played this game online, I suggested the secretaries.
No, they were better at the job. But also, I like Tam's. Tam had Stutterheads, which I enjoyed. And Lola had a deep cut to one of my jokes off Secret Optimist, which was "I don't want to be named." So that was great.
I think your fans could be called the not Hasselhoff fans.
You know what? I'm gonna. That's it. I'm gonna do it. That's the one right there. That's the winner.
So what about the good oranges? Instead of like the bad orange that's Trump, instead of a bad apple, the good oranges.
Yeah. I think anytime that the explanation of it is much longer than the back of a T-shirt, I think that's a great idea.
Because orange is the color of your hair.
Yeah.
And so therefore it applies from both a color perspective and a political commentary.
You know, so far I have not had to open this can of burn broth here. I
love the Bowers in
sitting
the
here
pool, but it
unused.
doesn't really even look like you're in a pool. It looks like you're just hanging.
Well,
in the
I'm
pool.
gonna move the
There you
phone.
go.
I'm gonna get something to prop the phone up in a second.
So
I had
much
Chrissy go
better,
find me a
eh?
box. I have an actual front row of just Chrissy today.
Well,
So.
it depends what's in the box though, because you want to be careful.
Oh, that's true. People will freak out if you have a box. You don't show them what's in it. People get real mad.
Absolutely.
Do we have a game today? We have a game today, right?
We do. We have a game today. Dog a movie. Pretty simple. Dog a movie. I think everybody gets.
Yeah, like
So-
I hate A Few Good Men. Boom, game is done. How the game works?
Yeah, that's how the game works. No, I think you put the name of a dog in a movie.
Oh,
So, or like A Few Good
misunderstood.
Boys. That would work.
A Few
Yeah, A
Good
Few Good Boys
that's
would
funny.
totally work.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Or like
101
Good
Dalmatians. Am I
Boys.
playing the game well now? 101 Dalmatians.
Yes, perfect. No, it would be 102 Dalmatians because you have to put a dog in the movie.
Oh, got it. Got it.
You could say 101 Dogmations. That would be a pun.
Yeah. If you guys want to play this game better than us, what you could do is you could submit your entry. Throw your entry in the comments in any of the various streams, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, anywhere else we are. You could throw your entry in for free, but then you do not get to win a prize. If you want to win a prize and have your entry read on the air, what you could do is you submit it with $5 of any kind, whether it's Venmo or PayPal. or Super Chat. We prefer Venmo or PayPal if you can. $5 or more, and we will read your entry on the air, unless it's like mean and weird and racist or something.
We do not guarantee we'll read racist answers. Good call, Steve. I'm glad we had that.
We do not guarantee.
Like, do we read racist answers? We're like, yeah, let's not do that. So I appreciate we made that. It was a 3-1 vote. I'm not going to tell you who voted for racist answers, but it was a 3-1 vote.
There's a chance too, right? Because I don't read ahead, so.
Yeah. If you just put in "birth of a nation" there, then that's just a racist answer alone. So.
Well.
Before we introduce the audience, we had quite a few tips come in before the show even started, or right as the show started.
Hell yeah.
We had already, so we had somebody tip both comics $50 out of the gate.
Nice.
And then they also said comedy songs, comedy pools. What's Glebe's novelty?
Wait, what? Say it again.
Comedy, everything.
It said comedy songs, comedy pools. What's Glebe's novelty? So Bowers.
I'm in a pool. Steve made a song.
Yes.
You were lackey today. What is she saying? They're saying that for the first time ever, you're not the prop guy.
I mean, I think
When
Bowers
Steve
is
make
saying
a
that. I
song?
don't think
I don't know what
this
that
guy said
means.
that.
Steve told us about writing.
Well,
Did
Ben, you don't
to
listen to
end
the show.
Yeah, it was a reference to something Steve just told us that you weren't listening to.
That I made a song. How do you solve a problem like a Karen? It's on my YouTube. Ben, YouTube is a website with a bunch of videos.
Hey. Ben knows YouTube. He has almost 40 followers on YouTube that are subscribers. I don't have a YouTube at all, so I can't rip on Ben.
That might be my fault as his press secretary, though. I should have done better with that.
Hey guys, feel free and jump off the stream on Steve's YouTube and go watch it on my YouTube and just show these guys what's up, okay?
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
Are we caught up, Rach, before we introduce the audience?
So speaking of
How is
Karens-
Steve referencing a thing that wasn't even on this show, but on his YouTube count is in this show? That makes no sense.
In his intro, he said, I just finished this song I was really happy about. He gave us the title. We all laughed. You said, man, that's a really good song. I bet it's going to be awesome. And then 8 minutes later, you forgot that was a thing.
No, I didn't forget. You can't reference a song and not sing it.
Ben, you don't remember? I did a whole musical number. I had backup dancers. Were you not here?
I've never seen the show, but I'm going to start watching. That sounds incredible.
Why else do you think I was wearing that feather boa? I mean, come on, man.
I'm confused.
It was a whole thing. Rachel came out in a snorkel. It was great. It was a whole number.
And I guess you're right. Today I don't have props, or do I?
It's.
Oh, he does.
Tips. So we
Let's do
have
some
the
tips.
universe tipped the show $5 and said I had to tell a Karen that she was being a Karen, getting upset about her name. If someone's name is Dick in Sheets, doesn't mean that they are a dick in a sheet.
Wow.
Actually, beg to differ. I think that does mean that guy is a dick in a sheet. But
and I think Rachel's pause was to decide if that was racist or not. She's like, "What sheet
No,
are you talking
he
about?"
wrote duck.
Fuck,
YouTube
what are
wouldn't
we
say
doing?
except dick, so he wrote duck.
no, if someone's name is Dick, it doesn't mean they're a dick. I get what they're saying. The sheets throws me a little bit. I'm just like convenience store in Pennsylvania. I don't know why are we discussing this?
This still part of Steve's song?
Yes, this is. Everybody with the chorus, let's go! Come on, jump on it.
I'm so confused.
We also have Joseph, $5. Shout out to Viper for not sharing tacos. Steve is the man looking out for the people.
Thank you.
And
Nice.
then D Universe, $2 more and said Bowers bone broth versus Jamie Kennedy's, which is better.
Well, Bowers is
Can't
hot
find
dog
mine.
flavored, so.
Yeah, it's the part of the bone the hot dog comes from.
Yeah, Bowers bone broth is like, you know, when you cook hot dogs and then after you take the hot dogs out of the pot, you have the hot dog water. That's Bowers' bone broth.
Oh.
Sure.
Yes.
It's very healthy
Dog
for you.
water.
Bowers cans it up and sells Bowers.
Oh, yeah.
hot dog water.
Dog water. Or like
I've
my
actually- I've been-
favorite movie, Dog Water for Chocolate.
I've been using the same hot dog water since 1997. I keep moving with it.
Jesus. I wonder, does your sweat? You sweat hot dog water?
I don't know. I know my sweat's tasty. I don't know what it tastes like.
You know your sweat's tasty?
Yeah, it tastes good.
By the way,
Rachel, let's catch us up so we
Rachel,
can get to the
we're definitely gonna have to. We definitely need a GIF of Rachel just being like.
Gross.
Well, before you
Let's introduce our big ass front row audience.
Yeah, we got a great front row. Before we introduce those guys, we got 2 new Patreons from since last time. Patrons Mike Joe Bradley and King Madman in the Isolation Nation level. So thank you so much for guys for joining. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Now,
yeah.
Steve, introduce that front row.
And we will update the pre-show video soon to have the new patrons. Patrons. Bauer said it wrong too. Now we're gonna change how people say it.
He corrected himself.
Damn it! All right, it's patrons. Okay. Anyway, we're very happy to have a huge front row here, which means y'all are planning something. So shout out to number 1 fan, to Chris Dash, to Frank. Oh my God, everybody's Chris. To Jessica, and to Ursula Bowers.
Look at Chris Bowers.
Look at that.
Holy shit, that is amazing.
Wow.
Chris Bowers.
Oh my God.
This is so great. I'm guessing this is because it's Friday?
Yeah, totally.
It's the Bowers fan group here for Bowers. Bowers' birthday was yesterday. Bowers is 25 years old. We're very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Holy shit, is that the
Bowers.
same water tuxedo, Savannah? That is... I don't know if you guys shop at the same disco ball fabric store, but that is very similar. That is incredible. She's like, what can I wear that is so utterly ridiculous? And then Bowers is actually wearing the same thing, which is amazing.
That was incredible. Love it. I'm touched. Thank you so much. Wow. I mean, some of the great moments of this show are highlighted here. Really incredible. Let me just say, yesterday during my show at Nowhere, and thank you to everybody for coming so much. It meant the world to me. I did Bowers amidst a list of huge celebrity masks, and Bowers got the biggest reaction. And everyone knows you, knows your quirks, your personality. It killed harder than anything.
It's awesome. I appreciate that, man. You do look good as me, you know?
I love the idea that...
Like if I was slightly skinnier, I think I'd be more attractive. So thank you, Ben.
I think that's true for a lot of people in the world.
Well, I agree. I'm saying that's what I look like. If I was skinny, I'd look like Ben. Looks like right now he's damn attractive.
Well, let me just tell y'all that from the waist down, I'm 100% USDA grade A beef.
Also, Bowers, were you just hitting on Ben as Bowers? What's happening right now?
I was complimenting myself. Yes.
Me.
From the shoulders up, I'm good looking.
That is fantastic. Did Bowers think that when they were saying teammate all these years, they were just saying team meat?
Probably.
I've been on team meat for a very long time. We also have 2 great.
Wait, not yet. This is too amazing of a moment, Bowers. We need to indulge this a little bit longer. Team Meat is the name for your name. I think Ursula Bowers got it right. Jessica's got it right there. Team Meat. I think you should do after your shows meet and greets and have it be you eating meat while people say hello.
We do team meat, and I just eat meat while I greet people.
It's meet and greet, but you just have to spell it with the A. Everybody will know what it means.
Yeah, it's sliders and handshakes. I like it.
Yeah.
Is that enough of a moment, Ben? Can we introduce the comics now, or do you want to say something? Okay, cool. All right, we've got 2 great comics. We have Ryan Dalton with us today. Hey, Ryan, how are you doing, buddy?
Woo!
Hey, how are you? What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
There we go.
And hey, thank you. We also have Madison Sinclair is here. Madison, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
What's up, Madison?
Is that Dr. Phil?
Yes.
That is.
I mean, it's like that girl from my nightmares. I'm not sure what Dr. Phil looks like.
Yeah, like
It's
I
not
said,
about
Dr.
you.
Phil.
May I ask, why do you have me behind you?
Speaking of Dr. Phil from your nightmares.
It was the last thing that was on my phone, so I just decided to put that up.
That's incredible. I gotta be
Yeah.
honest with you.
How do you do that?
Did you just walk in front of your own camera while changing? That was weird. Madison, I want to know the story of how in the world that ended up being the last thing on your camera. That's got to be a story.
As by the way, Bowers, as someone who knows Madison pretty well, you don't need to ask why that's the last thing on the camera. It makes perfect sense.
There's a psychic on Etsy where if she will draw your soulmate, and I paid for it. And I was joking, and I told people that that's who she drew.
Did you draw that?
No, this is from some 8th grader online. But I thought
what did your soulmate end up looking like? Exactly that, or slightly?
It was just a photo. I reversed it and searched it too, and it was there was a bunch of them on Google. So it was this girl's just sending the same photo she's already written.
Oh, holy shit. That is such an Etsy scam. That's brilliant. Guys, if you super chat us $5, we can send you your soulmate. Might be Dr. Phil, but it might.
Just a picture of Ben over and over and over again.
Pre-electrocuted Bowers. Please keep your electronics out of the water.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Great. You got anything to catch up on before we get to a set?
Yeah. So we had Viper throw in for the game entry last night. It was the Divine Hoffering.
Offer me your sacrifices.
Ron Gould tipped the show $100 and said, "For the show, I got a new job. I'm making more than my pre-wage reduction pay. I'm thankful to be able to tip again. I love you all." Thanks.
Awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. Thank you.
Congrats, buddy.
And then
that's what we should do on the show. We should just try to get all our fans better jobs. We'll make way more money. Welcome to a live stream / employment service, everybody. If you guys can just send us in your resumes, we'd appreciate it. A super chat $5 for your resume. That'd be great.
That could work.
And last one, we had Simon try and throw in for last night's game too. Gave us £5. Heckelstedt owned. And then he said, "I think I'll stick to my day job, but I love the content, Steve, and everyone thanks for keeping life light."
Well, awesome. We appreciate you. We're not able to get you a better job. We're sorry. That is you're just gonna have to keep that one.
All right. Do we want to get to a comic then? Are we ready for that?
Let's do it.
All right. Coming up next. He's still alive. It's Ryan Dalton, everybody. Ryan Dalton.
Did it. Alive. I did it, man. I've had to take up exercise here in the quarantine. I started running, and last night, I don't want to brag, I ran 7.5 miles, and that broke my previous record of never. I've never done that. Would I start at 44 years old any sort of athletics at this point? At this point in my life, I can get injured avoiding injury. That's how delicate it is. Like anytime I trip on the sidewalk, I have to do a mental choice where I go, do I just fall, hit my rib cage, knock all the air out of myself, or do I catch myself, blow out my ACL, and still get laughed at by a homeless person? I have been in quarantine with my beautiful wife. I've been married for 10 years, with her for 14, and it's true love. And I hope everyone out there finds true love. I'll explain what that is. True love is the ability to look at the person you have deemed your soulmate and comfortably think to yourself, I wish I could make you disappear. Just for a second, I bring you back. I love you. I cannot live without you. But if I have to hear you breathe or chew that loud again, I will burn this house down around us. And like I said, I'm married. I take it very seriously. I mean, there's a focus, there's a discipline to it. I get really irritated when people say, marriage is like a catchphrase. The worst one is marriage is a marathon, not a sprint. And my response is, yeah, but aren't those both races that end at some point? Right? Like sprint, 40-yard dash, marathon, 26.2 miles, marriage, death. Like that's not what. And how about maybe you compare marriage to something great? Marathons aren't great. The first guy who ran a marathon crossed the finish line, told everybody the Persians lost, and died. And then they made a franchise out of it. I mean, I don't know. Look, and also, by the way, if you've ever talked to somebody who's run a marathon, the reviews aren't great. Like, this is my impression of every single person who's ever run a marathon. Oh my God, that was the worst experience of my life. I can't feel anything below my waist. I pissed and shit myself halfway through that. I'll never do that again. And you know what those idiots do? They go get remarried. That's what they do. I know you're probably thinking, Ryan, how do you keep it spicy after all this time? Well, I play little games. Like, I took my unemployment payment and bought my wife a vibrator. Yeah, sexy, right? I mean, it's already kind of exciting to do that, but it's even more exciting when you're using taxpayer dollars to do it. It's a little bit more naughty, don't you think? I feel like I'm some really corrupt politician just taking other people's funds and allocating them the way I want to. So in other words, I feel like a politician. I've been trying to better myself. Like, I've been trying to walk away from pornography. It was a bad habit. I live in Los Angeles, so watching pornography is a little different, because when you watch porn here, after you're done jerking off, there's a really good chance you're going to run into that person that day. And that happened to me 4 times. It's 4 times. The last time I was at the supermarket and I was checking out and I looked up and I saw her and I was like, huh? And then she saw my response and was like, you know who I am, don't you? And I'm like, honey, I have seen so much of your work that just now I thought you recognized me. But anybody getting that hot quarantine sex? Has anybody been getting it? That's a no. Let me run you through hot quarantine sex. Quarantine sex is when the person you're with comes up to you and goes, hey, we're out of shows to watch. All of the puzzles have been completed, and I have nothing more to talk to you about. I guess stick it in me. That's what it is, and I'm having a lot of it. Although 1 week I had a suspicious amount of sex. Like, it was like a lot every day, spontaneous. And normally, you just go and do that. But I've been, like I said, with the same woman for 14 years, married for 10, and all of a sudden we start banging like we're teenagers. What are you up to? It's suspicious sex is what it is. What are you trying to do? Is there bad news you're about to tell me? Is this a Dateline episode where you somehow figured out how to get antifreeze in your vagina where it doesn't kill you but somehow poisons me over time? What are you trying to do to me? I guess that's my time. That's what I got.
Dalton, everybody, Ryan Dalton.
Dalton, ladies and gentlemen.
Tip jar is open. If you want to tip, you can do so laughfromhome.com. That's where you PayPal. You can Venmo, top right of the screen, or of course you can super chat. Nice set, Ryan. Nicely done.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
sorry about the bird, guys. Chrissy went to get a shotgun. I think it'll be gone in a second. So, bird noise. Ryan, my favorite story. I bring this up when I talk to you, but I think the audience is gonna like it. Is your video in Omaha, where on April Fool's Day, where they told the audience not to laugh at any of your jokes, just to mess with you. And it's one of my favorite videos of all time. Just watch you crumble.
Yeah, it's look it up, man. It's so mean. I mean, and every comic I tell that story to, they're always like, I can't believe you didn't flip out. And I was angry for a second, but when I thought about how good the joke was, I'm like, it's too good, because you can watch. It's like watching the life leave someone in under 3 minutes. Because as a comic, you know where the laughs are, and you know when you start a set, you kind of want to start, get yourself some momentum. And I hit them, and I went through 5 minutes of material in 2.5, and at the end of the 2.5, you just see the defeat, and my shoulders just shrug, and just it's gonna be a long 28 more minutes, baby.
Yeah, I had a situation where someone did that same exact prank to me, or that's what I tell myself to get through that set.
There's a great moment, right, where I can see it, where like you did your closer as your fourth joke, because you're like, fuck it, this is it. I'm gonna.
Yep.
This is the only. If this doesn't work, then I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And it's still. And you're like.
And you can see me have the thought of, I'm just going to throw the gasoline on the fire. And that's what we got to do to get this thing started. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. So if you guys want to Google Ryan Dalton April Fool's Day prank, and you'll get the video. It's really, really funny.
So
It's
brutal.
awesome. Just to watch him.
So
Rachel,
people
do we
are
got
supposed to
anything
laugh
coming
a
in?
lot? People are
Oh.
supposed to laugh a lot during your show normally, or?
No, actually, it's more a spoken word than it is comedy.
I feel better now.
Yeah.
We do have.
Ben's
some
like,
tips.
I remember one show where people told the crowd to not snap after my set. And it was really-
Ben
Why is
calls
my
himself a
crowd always
storyteller.
wearing black turtleneck sweaters? Why is that?
Rachel, what do we got?
Yep. So we had that $50 tip first, and then we have Priscilla, $5. Marriage is having a partner in life that can't be forced to testify against you in court.
Writing that down.
Wasn't a tip that came in.
Honey, I got bad news.
I'm so glad that tip didn't come in British money, because you'd have had to say, we've got a 50-pound tip. Which is very hard to walk around.
Ben, your volume's super low, by the way. I don't
Is
know if
it
it's
better
just-
now?
Yeah,
Yep.
much
Yes.
better now.
Great.
Much better.
All right.
We're gonna do sound check in a second. So
Had Savannah Martin, who's in our front row today, tip Ryan $14.73 and said, even suspicious sex is still good sex.
And thank you for thank you for anything, but definitely thank you for such a precise amount of money. $14.73.
And I love how, as Savannah's tip was being read, she was just casually eating whatever the hell that is.
When I leave tips, I eat quesadillas. That's what I do.
wait,
too.
now hold on a second. Now she's doing an impression of Bowers and Ben at the same time. This is incredible.
And she's eating Rachel.
We also had Chris Gordon, $5 for Ryan. For Ryan, she acts suspiciously because everyone knows the only thing better than suspicious sex is paranoid sex. True.
Y'all have gotten really bored during quarantine. Just a heads up.
Can I ask Ryan, can somebody hypothetically put antifreeze in their vagina? Because now I'm concerned.
It has no taste. That's the problem. It has no taste. So you.
Well, Ben, how else are you gonna prevent it from freezing?
That's a good point. Touche, I suppose. I guess Ryan's not going to answer, so I guess there's a conspiracy.
No, I just know the vagina is one of the strongest places, organs, places things on earth. So if there was one place you were going to put it besides a car, I would definitely stow it there.
I would just like to say that Ryan's advice is not reflective of the staff of SDSC, and we in no way endorse putting antifreeze in a vagina.
Try it out. Try it out. Come on, take a risk. Be a loser.
Yeah.
Do it.
Nurse, by
Thumbs
the
up.
way, and she's freaking the fuck out right now. Okay.
I'm glad we checked in with our resident antifreeze expert, Tam Brown.
You know, or the nurse.
It's highly permeable. That shit'll go everywhere. Don't do that.
That's the reason why not to? I
Yeah.
assume there were so many other reasons.
That's just one. Just one.
And everywhere, you'll have to wash your hands. It'll be a mess.
Internally.
If
Internally.
antifreeze makes shit go everywhere, I'm gonna put it on my dick. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
No,
Do what
no.
you want.
Speaking
Blue
of
Dick
tips,
over here.
Last one, and then let's get to our special guest. We've got Renee giving Ryan a very specific number, $5.19 for Ryan.
That's right.
Awesome.
That's good.
nice.
I can just see
All right.
Renee going like, no, I just can't float $5.23. It's gonna be $5.19.
Check your banking app. All right. Well, hey, we've got Jamie Kennedy here. Jamie, I'm in the pool today since you're not in the pool, so I'm the pool correspondent since you couldn't be in the pool. So, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, man? I'm just calling you from the rolling hills of Switzerland. Spirit Airlines did a deal for $19.99. Each carry-on is $1,000 though. So.
By the way, Jamie, I'm sorry I didn't get to send you this ahead of time, but we had a product meeting. We couldn't reach you, but we upped the game a bit.
No, I'm just calling from the park in Silver Lake. But look, man, I'm on my way to get some bone because I'm out of bone, and I love that we've got it there.
Oh, I just saw Jamie's mask. It reminded me today. I went to the gas station to buy ice, and there was a dude in front of me. He's like 85 years old, not wearing a mask in a gas station to buy lottery tickets. I'm like, you're a fucking gambler, bro. Like, I think not having a mask makes this more exciting. He was just there to buy lottery tickets. That's all he bought was lottery tickets. Then he left. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy. Fucking...
I
Bowers,
just love.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead, please.
I just that looks like a real pool. I'm just is that background or is that a real pool?
No, it's a real
Oh,
pool. I'm in a real pool.
No,
Oh,
he's in the
shit.
pool.
Oh
I've got my-
shit!
And I've got my poolcito on. This is my tuxedo jacket I bought specifically to wear in the pool. So
Bowers came up.
when you said you couldn't be in the pool, I found a pool to get into. So yeah.
I will. It's getting retiled, but I will. I'm gonna do this pool, and it's in. I'm committed.
Yeah, which, by the way, we do have to finish this show before Bowers' neighbor gets home.
I also just love the concept of Chris Bowers being at a gas station, judging a man's life choices. Then he got home, put on a pool-cito, and soaked himself while hosting a show in water.
I have made a decision that at the end of the show, I'm going to do a flip off the diving board in my poolcito, and that's how I'm going to end the show today. That's what
Oh
Wow.
my God! Are you gonna do a triple? Are you gonna do triple Lindy like in Back to School?
I can just do a single Lindy, but yes, I can't triple anything other than hamburgers.
God,
Bowers
decided he's
video.
gonna end his
Video or
life
it never
today by
happened.
doing a dive. What's that?
Video or
Yeah.
it never happened, Bowers.
It's going to be on the
He's
show.
gonna-
We're gonna
He's gonna do
broadcast.
it.
Oh.
By the way, of all the Rodney Dangerfield diving movies, I think Back to School is probably the best one.
There was Diving Miss Daisy. I liked that one.
Oh my God! Oh fuck! Oh.
Definitely the porn version.
Yeah, the worst part is he dies of antifreeze in the end.
God.
Hey, I'm out of dildos. Give me back that dildo. Here's a calendar. I pornoed that movie too.
Nice
All right,
work.
I do want to because Madison Sinclair is our other comic that's coming up soon. I do want to tell a bit of a story. So I'm wearing a shirt here that says Madison Sinclair is why I'm sober. Now the reason for this is because when I announced the first time I was doing like a really big tour on my own, when I was doing the Your tour, I announced it and I was very excited about it. And Madison, as a friend, decided she would be supportive, and she looked up to see if I had tour shirts, and she found a site that had a bunch of Steve Hofstetter shirts, and so she bought one that said Steve Hofstetter is why I drink. And then she sends me the picture and she goes, "Hey, look what I have." Now, I didn't make that shirt, so as far as I know, that shirt. Like, I didn't know where the fuck she got that from. I thought she was just sending me a picture of a shirt that said Steve Hofstetter is why I drink, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And so I was very upset. And so then I was like, where the hell did you get that? She's like, I bought it to support your tour. I'm like, but I didn't make those shirts. And we found out that it was just some two dudes in Canada who were making a bunch of knockoff shirts on Amazon of various different comedians and then selling them. So they had like all, Doug Benson is why I drink, and Mark Maron is why I drink. They had like all of these, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm famous enough to get stolen from. This is lovely. And so I had to issue a cease and desist, but meanwhile I was like, well, fuck that, now I need a shirt. And so I made this one separately that says Madison Sinclair is why I'm sober. And it was just a way for me to hit back a little bit, even though she thought she was being very supportive, and it was a very sweet thing to do. But
Two things I'd like to say. One, Madison, I'm sure would love to respond, but she's frozen right now. And two, I just wanted to say, not to take you down a notch from feeling so good about those shirts, but it's not like people making knockoff shirts is always the top level stuff, because I was surprised upon a Google search during our campaign for campaign merchandise. There was a bunch of Glebe 2020 merch that we had never made or approved. And it's not like we were the top echelon presidential campaign either, okay? People just try to make a dollar wherever they can.
Ben, I'm still sorry for making those shirts.
I was gonna say that sounds like Steve had that shirt site he was doing. That's a Steve thing. He just didn't tell you that.
Our biggest seller.
Well, I didn't get paid as press secretary. I had to make money somehow.
There you go.
I got the Glebe 2020 beer koozies. Still got those.
we got to make Glebe 2020 pandemic masks for sure.
We got bogeys in the shot over here. I got to be careful.
Yeah,
bogeys in the shot. bogeys on set.
I was gonna make a bunch of pandemic masks that said things like "Wear your mask, stupid," or things like that. Like, I thought that would be that'd be fun merch.
Love that you're trying to even own people on their faces while they're trying to not die from a pandemic.
And to not die. They're trying to.
Passerby owned by comedian at gas station.
Yeah.
Silently owned by lower half of face of redhead comedian.
Yeah. Madison, are you back with us? Yeah. Wait,
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
Turn yourself, turn your camera.
By the way, when Madison did post the picture of the shirt, by the way, her caption of it, she posted the picture of the shirt, and it said BRB owning hecklers. So it was,
No, I was rebuilding them after you destroyed them.
Oh, right, that's right. You said you have to rebuild them.
Wait, speaking of masks and Madison Sinclair, I was on a bike ride with my girlfriend like a month and a half ago, and I ran into Madison on the streets, and I was like, and Madison's a pretty good friend of mine. I was like, hey, Madison, and she looked like I was a scary homeless drug addict on the road. And I was like, Madison. She was like, yeah, hi. And
first of all, to be fair, you do look like that. Second of all,
we remember what you looked like before the haircut, Ben.
You said wear a mask, and I was like, I just thought someone screaming at us to wear a mask, and we usually do, but we had just taken it off for like a second, and we thought we were just getting attacked.
It's true. I did lecture you about wearing a mask, right? And then you came over to give me a hug, and I was like, whoa. What is happening?
Whoa.
Weren't respecting any boundaries whatsoever.
Rachel, can we get to some tips?
Yeah.
We got anything to catch up on?
Yeah, so Jess in our live audience tipped Ryan $25 and said, Ryan, vagina, 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 vagina. If only everybody had one.
You got me.
And then we had a couple generals. Gus Walsh, $5. Steve, will you be my soulmate?
As someone who has no soul, I don't know how that's possible, but I appreciate the offer.
And then Jenny Wheaton, $5. Can Bowers provide childcare while I interview?
No, I cannot do that. I want to leave children with me. That's not a
he
good
can't
idea.
even keep his headphones out of the pool. You think he's going to keep the child out of it?
Hey, that's not that easy, is it, Bowers? It's not that easy doing that stuff in the pool.
I agree, Jamie. I had no idea how much skill this took until right now. I have so much more respect for you. You know,
one of the hardest roles I've ever had.
Now imagine doing what you're doing, Bowers, while also drinking hot soup. Then imagine drinking hot soup while in water like you are right now, and then an underground creature tries to come attack you.
Now,
all
Jamie,
while evacuating your bowels.
Yes,
this got weird.
Jamie, I do have a
much.
question. I do have a question, Jamie. Do you put your dick in the jet, or do you just put
Jesus.
it in front and let the water blow across?
This escalated quickly.
Make sure I'm doing it. I got it in the
I don't
jet
know
right
if
now,
you
and it's not
realize
as
this.
comfy as I thought it was going to be.
No, it's not. I turned 50 in the quarantine, and right now there's a lot of resting time. That's all I'm trying to say. There's no reason to put it anywhere at the moment. Just
Jamie, can you hang out for one more comic?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, we're gonna bring our next comic up. If that's cool with everybody. You heard she wrote for the roast of Alec Baldwin. Give her Madison Sinclair, everybody.
So I've been shopping exclusively at Amazon the past few months, and I feel horrible because they're horrible to their employees. There's a story recently, they threatened to fire a woman because she had a miscarriage at work. And I feel like they should have promoted her because that's the ultimate 2-day delivery.
Too soon.
Yeah, that's what miscarriages are. They're too soon. I was horrified to do this because I like legitimately thought that I had forgot how to do stand-up. But it turns out comedy is like riding a bike. If you're learning to do it as an adult, you didn't grow up with a dad. There's a homeless guy outside my apartment, and I don't want to brag, but every time I see him, I give him a Twinkie. And I don't do it because I want to brag about it to people about what a good person I am. I do it because he has diabetes.
Oh my God.
And I'm trying to solve homelessness one by one.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
The one good thing about this quarantine is I finally have a legitimate excuse to not work out. I usually go to a poor person gym. I don't know if you've ever been to one of those, but it's chaos. It's insane. There's people that go there to shower that are homeless. There's guys in jeans that go just to watch. It's lawless. It's honestly like there's not even like classes that they teach. They just have hours where they play T90X. And I decided I wanted to give it a try, and I did it. And while I went to go grab my water, this guy thought I had the same leggings as his wife, and he went and did one of those undercarriage kind of ass grabs. And I looked over, and he was horrified. And it's weird because like I went to go better myself, and I ended up getting sexually assaulted. So in a way, P90X is way more like the military than I thought.
Fresh. That's fresh.
Based on what the Marines do. Speaking of Marines, my best friend came out as trans recently, and it was cool. Like we were supportive, but it just came as a huge surprise. And she's like, Madison, I want you to treat me like you would any of your female friends. And I was like, you sure about that? In that outfit? You know. It's cool. I've started talking about her behind her back, which is easy because she still has manly shoulders. I'm just nervous, like, because I just don't know how I'm supposed to compete with her sexually, because we live in Hollywood, and she has a 2-year-old pussy. You know, there's a lot of pedophiles there. I'm kidding. I'm a feminist. I support all women who weigh less than me. There's going to be a trans person in Marvel. I thought that was pretty cool, because Wolverine was actually trying to transition for forever, but his dick kept growing back. I think things are getting better for women. I think we're seeing more women in male-dominated spaces. Like me, for instance, I do stand-up comedy, I own my own business, and I commit domestic violence. Everyone's terrified to date female comics because they think we're crazy, and it's not true. Because I was talking to my psychiatrist the other day, and he was like, "Madison, there's no reason for you to keep coming here." And like, sure, I was outside of his house. I'm trying to stay positive during all of this, but I feel like I'm not a positive person. I feel like I've had, like, all right, and I think I figured out why. When I was 16, all I wanted was tits. I wanted them so bad, and I finally grew boobs, and I was so excited. And then I went to a doctor, and he was like, "Those are all tumors." And I was like, "Well, my tit's gonna get smaller," and he's like, "No, those are literally just tumor sacs on your chest. We have to get rid of them." And just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, my make-a-wish was to meet Crystalia. All right, I'm gonna end on that.
Madison Sinclair, a reminder that Madison Sinclair is why I'm sober, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, tip jar is open. If you want to tip, you can do so. Top right of the screen, you can Venmo, you can PayPal, laughfromhome.com, or, of course, you can super chat on the YouTubes and Facebook stars and all of that stuff.
That was the most wide-ranging series of quite serious topics that you covered. That said, holy shit. That, plus, not to mention how much of Alec Baldwin's therapy bill you're responsible for.
Yeah, if there was a bingo card, we would have all won. Jesus.
I feel like what that was you know, people are doing all these memes of like, and then what else happened in 2020? Oh, all this bad shit. I feel like Madison was like, yes, I'm going to write a joke about every single thing on this list. Right? Murder hornets. You got everything else in there, Madison.
That was quite just the last 30 seconds covered about 4 very heavy things. I was like, holy, already time was up, and you're like, let me quickly go for tumor boobs. Like, what the fuck? Wow.
By the way, the tumor boobs not playing at the Roxy. They are. This is Raz in the chat just said she's darker than Ben's presidential run.
I'm sitting there looking at her. I'm like, oh, Madison, she's sweet. She's sassy. Oh, Madison, she'll stab you with a fucking knife.
Oh, Jamie's hitting that mask like it's nitrous oxide.
When she got the tumor boobs, I was like, it looked great. I don't.
Rachel,
no, honestly, Ben, I'm literally thinking of Mark Linnell. Like when I went in 1991, he's like, you have to have a voice. What's your voice? You're young, you're dumb, you're Jamie Kennedy. That's your voice. That's what he told me. I'm thinking, what's he gonna tell Madison? You're young, you're pretty, you stab him in the face. I don't know.
Upcoming, the Madison Sinclair biopic, Madison part played by Arnold Schwarzenegger in his role from Junior, is nothing but tumors.
Rachel, what do we got coming in?
Yeah, we've got quite a bit. So Jessica sent in $25 and said, Madison is a great example of a superb human being with an incredible vagina. Madison is a great example of a superb human being with an incredible vagina.
Thank you.
We also had Renee Hutchinson, $5. Madison, holy shit. Priscilla, $5. Promote a miscarriage. Package came damaged. Please replace.
Oh my God! I will say, Madison, that joke was prime.
Thank you.
We also
I'll
had
buy that joke off you for $90. I'll keep it for just 1 year, but it has to also come with a bunch of TV shows nobody wants to watch.
Jesus.
Savannah Martin tipped Madison $14.88 and said, my boobs never really came in and I still got plenty of cysts. It's baloney.
Oh God, yeah, it sucks. I know.
Your cysts were baloney?
Hey, there's a reason she's my biggest fan. All the baloney cysts over there. That's my girl.
The baloney cysts are playing at the Roxy, which is why Tumor Boobs couldn't make it.
President of the Team Meat fan club is baloney cyst. Write all letters, zero baloney cyst. Our fan club is the Baloney Sisterhood of the traveling tuxedo pants.
I will say, guys, I as dark as I get, and like the main core of my hour right now is about gallows humor and about how you need to laugh through pain and laugh through tragedy. And even I am watching this episode being like, oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. Madison's dark. Madison Midnight Sinclair.
Yeah. All right, what else we got, Rach?
We've got Tim Doyle, $10. Awesome set. Love the laugh. Can the package be returned to sender? We also had Dash in our live audience, $20 for Madison, the darkest set of the quarantine.
Thank you.
We had one darker, but it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. We had one darker, but it wasn't funny. Yours was at least funny. It was dark as shit.
No, I think the two competing or three competing. I think it's probably Nicole Amy Schreiber, Jessica Michelle Singleton, and Madison Sinclair for the darkest sets, which is amazing. Like, none of the guys are doing dark material. Like, the guys are just like, hey, everybody happy, distract from this. Madison is just like, tumor boobs.
Madison Sinclair, or as she's known on the underground comedy circuit, Dr. Fill Me Up with Sadness.
I want to be known as baloney tits now. I love that.
We also had Razor, $5 for Madison, and then said it was for Madison. And then Steve, how could you be mad at Punham?
How could I be mad at a face? Punham is Yiddish for face.
Oh, okay. I don't know then.
I don't know.
Oh.
Hey guys,
Sure
you know how I don't watch
that didn't mean Bill
show?
Pullman? I think you said Bill Pullman. I think you read that.
I'm actually very angry at Bill Pullman. He knows what he did. I'm not talking to him anymore or before because he doesn't know me.
I think he died.
I don't typically watch this show, but now I don't understand this show. What's happening?
All right, let's catch us up, Rachel.
All right, so
Let's go.
Andrea, in our live audience, $5. Madison, I don't even know how to feel right now. And then you had Peter Amsel, $6 Canadian. Madison Sinclair is why I'm drinking. Great set.
Thank you.
Cam in our live audience, $5. Madison, so many indescribable feelings, so many.
Well, I just realized that Ryan's first joke about the antifreeze in the vagina and Madison's joke about the miscarriage were the same joke. They basically put both sides of it.
Peanut butter and jelly. Got to get them together.
We also had Guillermo, €10, and said, Madison, that set was darker than the M87 black hole. Incredible.
Thank you.
And then Savannah Martin came
Scientific
back
tip.
with $12.97 and said, bologna tits for me and bologna tits for the show.
Old Baloney Tits. That's such a great nickname. I like adding the old to it. We're old Baloney Tits over here. Partying.
Now, do they mean slices of bologna or like the full thing? Like, what
The full,
And then-
the full thing.
Yeah, well, you just have to peel the wax from around them to use them.
I think it's just the smell. It has a bologna smell.
Now I'm turned on. If you take the bologna, I'm in.
Also, they will take the paint off a car.
Yeah. Dash also said that Savannah just named Madison's followers.
It's like someone said to Bowers, Bowers, did you just say blow me? No, I said baloney.
Ooh, this
We had
show's not getting renewed on Disney Plus anytime soon.
You know that we call Ben's followers Carmel.
Oh, fuck. Holy shit.
Oh. I don't know.
I'll start showing up for sound check, guys.
I'm sorry, buddy. It was just there. Steve has no one to.
Powers. How dare you?
You know, cool Cedo's not even a good pun on tuxedo. What part? No.
I love, by the way, that Bowers heard someone say swimsuit and took it completely wrong.
This is my swimsuit. That's what I should have called it. God damn it. That was way better.
Just honestly, you guys tell me to fix my internet for a long time. I finally get it going, and this is what happens, okay? Much prefer it when...
All right, Rachel, catch us up so we can play this game.
all right. Frank Notaro, $5 for Madison Baloney Tits. Just wow. Then we had Chris W, $20. I do believe that Baloney Tits is my new favorite moronic. Please set the lunch meat free.
Are we sure we're saying baloney tits, or are we saying below knee tits? Like tits are just...
Not baloney tits. No,
Baloney tits.
We don't know. We're just hearing it auditorily. We're assuming.
How else would you hear it?
Blow me tits. Blow me tits. Blow me tits. It could be a lot. It could be an I'm scared.
It's like a philosopher under that tree. You're like Sir Isaac Newton. Just... Jamie.
Just trying to stay in the game, not get canceled.
All we had Tam tip Ryan $5, and then Dash $10 for the show. Glebe for relief of Bauer's sick burn. Apply to ego only. Keep out of hair and mouth. If it makes contact with your eyes, contact Tam immediately.
Well, let me just announce that my fan club and I will be having meatballs for dinner tonight.
You're gonna need to come back.
We're caught up now. I want to say, so we only have like 4 or 5 paid entries. I just noticed that, but we do have a lot of Patreon members in our front row, so their game entries counts too. So Patreon, if you guys want to raise your hand in the chat, I'll read the unpaid entries that I like, and then we'll call on the live audience and then read the YouTube ones.
Perfect.
Also, by the way, Ben, I got you something.
Even get my own burn broth after that. Jamie's burn broth looks fine. All you got to do, as I've learned from Jamie, is it just takes a little bit of Zen. You just have to breathe, easy, meditate, in, out, in.
Take in the whiff of the bologna chips.
I have a feeling he soaked his mask in gas before he went to the park.
I think this show is going to be by Jamie Kennedy's bologna broth. I think you can add that in there.
Better than hot dog water.
All right, Rich, what do we got?
Wait, Rachel.
We also had a last minute tip from Jan Johnson coming from Madison and said the bologna smell killed me.
Thank you. I hear that a lot.
I want to go to the doctor. We had unpaid entries that I really liked, so we're not going to vote on these. We had Senior Phila had Dr. Strangelove, How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bone.
Nice.
And then Chris Jacobs was the first one I saw that had this, and I don't see any paid entries for this one, but then like 4 other people had it. It's fantastic. 50 Shades of Greyhounds.
Nice. Wait, what was the one before that?
Dr. Strangelove, How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bone.
That's Ryan's wife wrote that.
Nice. We had Apacus Music, Raiders of the Dog Bark.
Nice.
And then the last unpaid entry I liked was Hidden Virus, I Know What Your Dog Did in the Backyard. Okay, so starting with our live audience, these are the ones we're going to be voting on. So I see, let's go to Chris Gordon.
Good timing.
I know.
So I had 2 really silly ones. I had Pup Fiction.
Nice.
And I had Dog Tur Zhivago.
I love both of those.
Nice.
Also, you're quite the dancer, I have to tell you.
Did you say dog turd Zhivago or just dog turd?
Let's go to Chris Renee.
Hello. I had Bride of Puppy.
I love the pocket square, by the way.
I love the pocket square. It looks good.
Apples.
Let's go to Chris Dash Eve.
Match set Bark of the Dalmatian and Insult Comic Dog of the Will.
Oh, Tam, she was the one whose dog was barking. There she is. Daminator, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Apparently, we're under attack. No why. So I have Sheba's Not That Into You. The Dishons of Madison County, and the Maltipoo
Nice.
Falcon.
Nice.
And a dog. Anybody want a dog?
Let's go to the Duchess of Salisbury.
Ooh, I like that one.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I had Wolf and Woofer. That's it. I know. It's a legend. What do you expect?
Yeah, no, I get it. That was good.
And then Jeremy Day did have a couple entries. So let's go to Chris Jeremy.
Bridge on the Rover Kwai. And the whole K9 yards.
Nice.
I auditioned.
Okay, and then these are the other paid entries. So Ellie had Roll Over the River Kwai.
Ooh, nice.
Courtney had Winnie the Poodle.
Nice.
Hidden Virus had Puggy the Vishla Slayer.
Ishla.
Vishla. Is that what I said? Puggy the Vishla Slayer.
All right.
And then Razor had Something Wicked This Way Comes for Me to Poop On.
That's good.
And those are all of it.
All right. So I think we're gonna start. I'm gonna vote first. I'm gonna go to the comics. I think I'm going with Dog Turd Shivago. That's the one I liked the most. That was really good. Ryan, which one did you like the most?
How I built the bomb one. Let's move on with that one.
Oh,
Okay.
I think that was an unpaid one though.
Oh, damn it.
What do you
No,
like
when you
saying
like-
most?
I like the Vishla one.
All right.
All right.
By the
Madison.
way, that was actually really good that Ryan did that because that reminds people they should put in a paid entry. You could have won. Yeah.
Madison.
Blew it. You blew
What was your
it.
favorite?
Did you say me?
Madison.
Madison.
All right, Rachel. Meanwhile.
Okay, I liked Sheba's Not That Into You.
Cool.
All right.
Ben.
I really liked both of Andrea's a lot. Pup Fiction, but I liked even more Dog Turd Shivago. So good.
Madison. Is Madison back yet? Okay, Steve.
All right. I really did like Pup Fiction a lot. And I don't want to create a tie, but at the same time, question for the Sheba's Not That, was it Sheba's Not That Into You, or is it Sheba's Not That Inu? Because then that would be fucking perfect.
Sheba's Not That Into You.
Okay, so it was the full name of the dog. Fuck it, it's a
Yeah.
tie. I'm voting for that one. All right. So let's break the tie in the comments. Rachel, take a look at the comments. So it's between Sheba's Not That Into You and Dog Do Shivago. So vote for your favorite one, and that one is going to be the winner. Meanwhile, comics. Do you have any? Ryan, did you have any that you wanted to put in?
Oh man, I've got a whirlwind sellout tour, only stadiums this week. I'm pretty much just hitting everything sold out. You know how they're social distancing? I took that out. We don't need it. We want to get as many people inside, jack up the heat. And no, you can find me at Twitter at Ryan.
No, we're not plugging yet. We're asking if you have any entries for the game.
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Park.
Ooh, cool. That was good. Steve, Ben, you guys got a bunch?
I got
one.
7.
I got 7 also.
Oh, perfect.
All right, cool. Back and forth, baby. Let's do it. You want to go first?
All right. You can go first.
All right, cool. The first one is about like you're not sure what your life will be depending on which dog you get, and that's called Sliding Labradors.
Love the preamble, especially. I'm gonna counter that with a Barkalypse Now.
Nice. I have the French Bulldog Connection.
Batman, the Dog Knight.
Nice. Sweet Home Chihuahua.
The Holocaust drama Schnauzer's List.
Speaking of dark, all right.
Funny 'cause it's German.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're trying to run from the German Shepherds. Holy fuck. All right, I have Escape from New Yorkie.
I've got Goodfellas, aren't you, boys?
Nice. Doberman in Black.
Ooh.
I've got the Sorry. I've got the Shah Lambshank Redemption.
Nice.
Nice.
How about the Wolf of Wall Street?
In Indiana, that's how you say wolf.
I've got Jaws on a dog.
And my last one, instead of dogging a movie, I dogged an SDSC with What's in the Boxer.
Hey.
We will be making a movie, by the way. That's the announcement. We'll be making a movie version of this show, and we wanted to announce that to you guys right now.
Yeah. Oh, did I ruin the announcement? I'm so sorry,
Ruined
guys.
the announcement.
I
We were
botched
gonna
it.
save that for the 100th episode, but okay.
All right, fine.
We've been working on the script. It's just hard with all the scripts we've been doing on these shows, but we've been doing a lot of script rewrites. I have 2 left in this contest here.
How do you have 2 left when you had 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had 8. I should start.
I had an 8th, but I dropped it in Bowers' pool, so I can't get it.
An 8th in my pool? What?
Probably at some point there was.
No, there's definitely an 8th in my pool. There's no question there's an 8th in my pool.
I've got Lord of the Ringworms.
Oh.
And Slumdog Millionaires.
Nice. Also, Air Bud. By the way, I love
Lassie.
Yeah, I love Ben's name, Crisp Powers. Nice.
Powers.
I like it. I like it. So, Ryan, now's the point where you can plug your. Where do we find you?
Well, let's do who won.
Oh yeah, let's do who won. Sorry.
So,
Usually.
drum roll. Sheba.
Sheba wins.
Damn.
It's a really good one. Good job.
Come from behind victory. Tied it in the bottom of the 9th.
Thank you.
Yep.
And we have to also vote who won between me and Steve. So far, I'm 1-0 of our two head-to-heads. What's the tally on this one?
Oh yeah, that's true. So in the are we doing comments or are we doing staff? Who's voting?
We did staff last time, and whatever you want to do, whatever way you want to do it.
All right, cool. Rachel, are people voting? So in the comments, vote if I won or vote if Ben won on our pun off, and meanwhile we'll do the plugs.
Yes. So Ryan, where do we find you?
I'm at Ryan Dalton on Twitter, the Ryan Dalton on Instagram and Facebook, and the Ryan Dalton on YouTube.
Awesome. Very cool. Thanks for being on, buddy. We appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me. I really appreciate it. Awesome.
You're fun.
Thanks,
Did Madison make it back in, or is she gone?
Yeah, I'm back now. Yeah.
She's back.
Madison, where do we find you at, my friend?
Madison Sinclair on Instagram, Mad Sinclair on Twitter, and I have The Hat Trick. It's a true crime docuseries about Diplo that's out now, so you guys should listen to it.
Awesome. At Baloney Tits. Okay, cool.
Yes.
And if you see her on the street and you say hi, she will yell at you, apparently. Pretend not to know you or whatever it was.
So we appreciate you being here, Madison. As always, you can find me at Bowers Comedy. I'm just kind of hanging out. We get back to LA July 10th, and then we'll see what we do nowhere from there. Ben.
You can follow me at Ryan Dalton on all social media. Sorry about that. You can. I just announced this last night. I'm doing a show at Nowhere, a very unique show in less than 2 weeks on July 15th. It's called You're the Game Show with Ben Glebe. I'm creating a brand new game show format, and anyone who gets a ticket is a contestant on the game show, and you have the ability to win good cash prizes and cash and prizes. So come check that out. July 15th. You can get tickets right now. That's that.
Cool. Steve.
My director's commentary show is actually going to be, the date is being moved to July 19th because July 16th we just announced a cool thing at Nowhere for the first time. We're doing a new series. Ed Randall hosts a show called Talking Baseball, and we're actually doing a live version of it with Bob Costas and Steve Garvey, which is fucking amazing.
Cow!
Oh,
shit!
I get to do warm-up comedy for it, and I'm very excited about it. So check that on the 16th. And if it goes well, please buy tickets, because if it goes well, he's going to do more of them and get like big, huge stars like, you know, Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez type of people. And so if you guys want that to happen, that I didn't just mean to name 2 steroid people. I mean like fuck, they all take steroid. Ron Darling, he was clean.
Ken Griffey Jr. didn't like a dick, so he got hurt every year instead of going to the World Series. So
he'd have hit 1,200 home runs.
Dick. Oh God, I'm so mad at Ken Griffey Jr. not doing steroids like an asshole.
Steve is very excited to do warm-up comedy, though, for the Steve Garvey event, because he grew up as a fan of the 1980s Dodgers, and he just can't wait to be able to be on the show. One of his heroes.
I'm there for Costas.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Exactly.
I'm going to be there watching. big time with my father.
Rachel, catch us up and tell us who won between Steve and Ben.
So it was 14-10. Based on my math. My math's pretty good.
Yeah, you got good math. Yeah.
It was Steve. So
What?
Tie game, baby. 1-1.
Wait. This must have been last minute votes. I'm recounting this right now.
It's also in the YouTube. Look at the YouTube.
Oh, counting YouTube?
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, it's got to count the YouTube.
Yeah, Ben, YouTube is this thing where people post videos.
Because I'm just saying, because I killed you in the video front row, but congratulations, good win. We're 1-1. I'm very proud of you.
Rachel, any tips to catch up on before?
Yeah,
Ben?
we did. So Matthew Plummer, $5 for each of the comics, amazing set, and last $5 for Rachel raising the mask.
Nice.
And then
Also, by the way, I'd like to point out that Chris Gordon in the chat just said, we all know you can't count, Ben. 7 entries.
And then lastly, we had Malili Kwan, $5 for Ryan's wife.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Front Row. Thank you so much for dressing up today and being about Team Bowers. I've always loved you guys. I've always loved that. Thank you so much for all the cool shit and all the cool backgrounds. I love it. You guys are awesome. So say goodbye, Front Row. Thank you so much. Rachel, thanks so much again. Love you. Appreciate it.
Have a great 4th of July, and don't celebrate, please. maybe celebrate by yourself or with maybe one other person.
Semper Fi. Love it.
If you have to, by the way, if you have to celebrate the 4th of July, if you have to light off fireworks, if you're one of those people that needs to light off fireworks, just do it in your own apartment. You just do it there.
Exactly. All right, thanks, Rachel. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go jump off this diving board as my goodbye. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a front flip off the diving board. That's my.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my glasses
well,
off.
first while you're setting that up, Jamie, thanks again for being here every Friday. As we appreciate you. We do hope that your pool feels better soon, or your hot tub feels better soon. I know it's under the weather. But anything you want to plug?
Nah, you can just always find me at Trader Joe's buying some broth. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. Appreciate you guys having me. It's awesome. Be safe, man. Just 4th. I don't know what else to say. It was a weird ending.
Bowers, don't jump off yet. We're gonna close with this, Bowers, because we can't fucking follow this.
He said, "Hey, this is your pool correspondent reporter Trisha Takanawa coming from Indianapolis, Indiana. Can you guys see him?
Yes, but
I
don't
think they
don't
said
jump off
yes,
yet.
they can see it.
Can you hear
Oh,
us?
he
Don't
said
jump
they
off
said
yet.
don't jump off yet.
Wait, no, Steve. I think we're gonna have to make
commentary.
commentary after this, though. Don't you think, Steve? I don't think we just
Yeah,
let
but
it.
I just mean our plugs won't fucking matter
make
after
sure
that. Like,
it's-
let's
Oh,
have a
right.
sense of or whatever it is. So yeah, you know,
Hey,
fine,
that's
fuck it.
bigger
Yeah,
than my
I'm gonna hold it like
jacuzzi.
this.
Bigger than my jacuzzi, Bowers.
Holy
Whoa!
shit!
Wow. Yes.
Very impressive.
That was a lot more athletic than I expected.
He said that's a lot more athletic than I expected. However,
Did you
I
guys hear
forgot to
that
mute- oh, I'm
snapping
sorry.
sound in the diving board when he jumped? I thought it was
the
gonna
I
break.
diving board
did.
has a crack in it. That diving board's like 20 years old.
Holy shit.
Oh my god,
All right,
that's
bye.
great.
That
Wow.
was
These
pretty
guys-
amazing. Later,
I-
Jamie.
Bye, Jamie.
I have a general
Having
philosophy
more-
of don't use a
You
diving
too,
board
buddy.
old enough to vote. But you know, to each their own. I will say it was awesome seeing everybody come out for Bauer's birthday like that. And
that
I
was
know
pretty good. That was
people-
pretty. That was pretty good, right? Was that a pretty
That
good
was
flip?
incredible.
That was
Wow.
very impressive. That was, you know what that was? Watching you do that was like watching Susan Boyle sing. It was just,
He said watching that was like watching Susan Boyle sing. Love you guys. I'll see you on Sunday.
It literally turned
Sunday.
Hofstetter, the own master, into Simon Cowell crying. You are an inspiration, Bowers.
I will say this: it was awesome to see. We saw people, celebrate Glebe's birthday. We saw people celebrate Bowers' birthday. God, I hope we're not still quarantined for mine. Mine isn't until September. If we get to a point where there's a Steve Day, holy fuck, God help us all. When's
Rachel's birthday?
Yeah, Rachel. When's
Mine
your
was
birthday?
like the first week we had the show, or like the second, March 23rd.
Oh yeah. Oh, holy shit. So yeah, we're
We remember we celebrated it with that great tortilla episode. Anyways, we apologize.
yeah. We celebrate. I wrote a whole song and dance number for it. Ben didn't see.
I
but
missed the
I wrote a
song.
song. Yeah.
I was too busy eating
But
tortillas
for
in
real,
your honor.
I will say that it is wonderful to see you guys celebrate Bowers like that. But in general, like birthdays are difficult when we're all stuck at home. And the community of the show is something that's saving each and every one of us. So thanks for doing that today. Made me happy to see. Ben, take us home.
Yes, indeed. And just a couple things from the chat I wanted to point out. Taylor just updated the name of my game show to You're the Game Show Now, Dog, which is pretty great. And there's a big Raz has been talking some shit to the Punisher about when are we going to actually do the heads up me versus the Punisher versus the Punderful Wizard of Ha-Ha's, and we are ready to do it anytime. He said he hasn't been invited back. You're invited back, Jeremy. We're going to do it. I'm going to take you downtown to Clown Town. You understand what I'm saying? It's pun. You're going to be going, I'm taking you straight home to the place where puns go to sit and cry. Okay.
I think Jeremy just won.
I'm measuring the drapes to move back into my own house already, because that's how it happened. Anyway, I'm just going to sing you guys a couple songs, and then the show will be over. Thank you for being here. I'm Chris Powers. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day and a pleasant tomorrow.
What's in the mask?
What's in the pool?
Nitrous.